Good morning, ma'am.
Okay. So today's experiment, online experiment in Power System Laboratory. So the name is not correct. That means constant current source. Perhaps you have done that experiment in the last year, isn't it? Second year. Do you remember? Hello. Of the experiment. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me take the attendance first. How many of you have joined? 37. Okay. From which roll number? Your A2 section, from which roll number it starts? Does it start from this 31, Doipayan Ghosh?
47, ma'am. From
47.
47.
Okay. 47 means Shamim Haq.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. I will again, at the end, I will again take the attendance. Okay, Shamim present. Vishal?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, present.
Oh, okay. Ogniv?
Yes, ma'am.
Abu Said? Abu Said, not present. 50. Then Ananda?
Ma'am, roll number 50, I am present.
Present. Okay. Ananda? Motibur? If you don't give the attendance, then I will mark you absent. Ananda?
Ma'am, roll number 51. I said present.
Where were you? Somebody called you?
No, ma'am, আমার নেটওয়ার্কটা একটু গন্ডগোল করছিল তখন। আমি দুবার বলেছিলাম।
আচ্ছা, 52. মতিবুর? দেবরাজ?
Present, ma'am.
মৌসুমী?
Yes, ma'am.
আলামিন?
Yes, ma'am.
মোবাসের?
Yes, ma'am.
অমিশা?
Present, ma'am.
অনুশ্রী? জয়ন্ত? Absent.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Shovik?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is Shovik?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then Joyot?
Present, ma'am.
Shushmit?
Present, ma'am.
Debolina? Robin? Rishabh?
Yes, ma'am.
Oritro?
Yes, ma'am.
Viprodash?
Yes, ma'am.
Ruplekha?
Yes, ma'am.
Oendrila?
Present, ma'am.
Rukshanda?
Present, ma'am.
Anubhav?
Yes, ma'am.
Rudronil? Paulomi? Obhijit?
Yes, ma'am.
Manju?
Yes, ma'am.
Ramchandra? Ramchandra, Nayan,
Yes, ma'am.
Sharup, Rajarshi,
Yes, ma'am.
Jyotirindra,
Yes, ma'am.
Shashwata,
Present, ma'am.
Swastik,
Present, ma'am.
Binoy, Yunus,
Present, ma'am.
Akash,
Yes, ma'am.
Devanik.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
ম্যাম আমার নামটা ডাকলেন আপনি সম্বিত বিশ্বাস আকাশের আগে ছিল
ও আচ্ছা, তাহলে ভুলে গেছে। ঠিক আছে, সম্বিত প্রেজেন্ট। ওকে ওকে, let me, I will not provide the recording, though I am recording, but I will not provide the recording. You listen carefully, okay? What is the time, Motibur? Already 10 minutes late. Anyway, so can you hear me properly and can you see the screen? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Now, see, the name of the experiment is performance study of long transmission lines. Okay. The performance, you have studied this, the performance of long transmission lines in the 5th semester. Okay. So there you have studied, you have studied the long transmission line, you have studied the Ferranti effect and SIL. I think the name SIL is, you are already aware of the term SIL, surge impedance loading. So you know what happens under surge impedance loading. Okay, so we will study the what happens when there is Ferranti effect and when there is surge impedance loading in the line. Now, Ferranti effect, as you know, when the long transmission line is very lightly loaded, then we observe Ferranti effect. That means the generated reactive power is more than the absorbed reactive power. So the receiving end voltage becomes more than the sending end voltage. Okay, that we will observe. And then we will observe the effect of SIL. Now, SIL means surge impedance loading. So, you see, you have to study and write about Ferranti effect and SIL in long transmission lines. Okay, you have to write the theory by yourselves because you have already studied it. Now we have to simulate a 400 kilometer, 400 kV, 50 Hz long transmission line. Okay, this is a simulation based experiment. The simulation will be performed in Simulink in MATLAB. Okay, I think you are already conversant with MATLAB. So you need not simulate. I will show you the simulation. You have to take the readings. Okay, so if you don't have the pen and paper with you, please bring the pen and paper. You have to write the readings. Okay, I will not provide you any readings or the recording. So now see, simulate a 400 kilometer, 400 kV, 50 Hz long transmission line. I will show you the simulation. This is the simulation. Is the model visible to all of you? Okay. So here you can see there is one source, here there is another source. Okay. What is there in the source? See, the voltage is 400, E3 means 10 to the power 3. Okay, 400 kV. Okay, phase to phase voltage. Phase to phase means from one phase to another phase. That means it is the line voltage. And it is the RMS value. Okay, so it is actually VL. Now phase angle we have given 0, and this source resistance, there is always some impedance in the source. We have considered almost zero impedance. We have given some value because if we give 0, it will not run. So very negligible values we have provided. So we'll consider that the voltage source is an ideal source with no internal drop. Okay, so no internal resistance. So that you note down first, the VL is 400 kV. Okay. So these things you need not note down, just note down VL is 400 kV. Here also I will show you, here also VL is 400 kV. And 1 minute. Oh, sorry, here there is no source, only one end. The source is only at one end. Okay, this is the load. Okay, so it is a transmission line. This one is the transmission line. You have studied about the pi model. Okay, so this is the pi model of the transmission line. This is another pi model. Okay, so this is the source, this is the line, this is the load. Okay, we will just change the load. First, we'll make this load equal to the surge impedance loading, and we'll see the effect. Okay, now let us see what is the how is the transmission line, what are the parameters of this transmission line. Now these are nothing. This block is, you can see here, VABC, IABC. That means this block can measure, will show the waveform of the voltage and the current. That is, this is the sending end block, this is the receiving end. This block will show the waveform of voltage and current in the receiving end. That means load voltage and current. Okay. Now this is one transmission line. Pi model, you know, in pi model there are two shunt capacitors at the two ends of the line and one impedance containing resistance and inductance. So what values you have to provide? You have to provide the values for resistance, inductance and capacitance. See here, all are given positive and 0. Here also positive and 0. Here also positive and 0. You need not note down the 0 sequence values because we will study we will perform the experiment in balanced condition. Okay, that 0 sequence, negative sequence, you know, these terms come only under the unbalanced conditions. So you please note down what is the positive sequence resistance of the line. You know, for long transmission line, resistance becomes negligible, so it has been considered as 0. Okay, so write down R equal to 0. Then write down it is in ohms per kilometer. Then the inductance is 0.9337 e to the power minus 3. That means L equal to 0.9337 millihenry, also per kilometer. Okay, and the capacitance is 12.74 into 10 to the power minus 9 farad per kilometer. Clear? So have you note down these values, resistance, inductance and capacitance? Yes, any answer please? Or if you have any question anytime you can ask me. Okay, so these are the parameters for the transmission line. And what is the length of the transmission line? We are simulating the whole system at 50 hertz. What is the length of the transmission line? It is 200 kilometer. Okay, so this is one transmission line, 200 kilometer. Another transmission line block has been connected in series. The parameters are same. You need not note down again, but the length is again 200 kilometer. So 200 kilometer and 200 kilometer, it makes a 400 kilometer long transmission line. So is it clear? We are simulating long transmission line of 400 kilometer. So now what we have connected here, we have connected one single phase ammeter. Okay, in phase A, it will show the current waveform in phase A only. Okay, and we have connected a single phase voltmeter, which will show the voltage of this phase A with respect to the ground. Okay, so phase A to ground voltage. That means the phase voltage. Okay, phase to neutral voltage. This voltmeter will show, and this ammeter will show the current in the phase A, in the sending end, and this will show the 3-phase voltage waveform and 3-phase current waveform at the sending end. Okay, I will show you, then you will understand. And here also at the sending end, what we have connected? We have connected another block that will show the 3-phase voltage and current, and one voltage block we have connected, which will give the voltage of phase A with respect to the ground, because it is connected to phase A. You can see A, B, C here written, here also A, B, C written. So you can choose, okay, how to connect this one. And the load, see, the load is considered, this is RLC load, the load is considered as purely resistive load. That means the inductive and capacitive reactive power are considered as 0. Okay, so only active power is considered. This power will vary. And the voltage is 400 kV, frequency is 50 Hertz. And this voltage, this power will vary. That means will vary the load. Okay, but it will always be only active power, no reactive power. Now the system is clear to you, all of you? Any question from any one of you? Is it clear? Okay. Now we will go to the, what is the first part? Determine the SIL of the line. If you have calculator, please bring your calculator. At least I want the answer from one of you at least. Okay. Or if you have performed the calculation in the mobile, it will be okay. First one, calculate the seal of the line and connect a load at the receiving end. Determine the seal of the line. What is the surge impedance loading of the line? Do you remember this equation, SIL equal to line voltage square by Z0 or ZC? Do you remember that SIL surge impedance loading is VL square by ZC? If you don't remember, you go through the class notes of your 5th semester. This is the SIL. If this voltage is in kV, then you will get the result in megawatt, because 10 cube whole square, you will get the result in megawatt of, or if you write it is in volts, then you will get the result in watts. Now some of you calculate. Okay, first you have to calculate this Z0 or ZC. This is called the characteristic impedance of the line. Okay, what is the value? Its value is root over L by C. Again, if you don't remember, go through your old class notes, and there you will find that the natural impedance or the characteristic impedance is root over L by C, or the surge impedance is root over L by C. And what is L and C? These L and C are those of the transmission line. So what is L of the transmission line? L of the transmission line, you have written, it is 0.9337 10 to the power minus 3. What is C of the transmission line? 12.74 e to the power into 10 to the power minus 9. So you calculate and tell me what is the value for root over L by C. The value of Z0. What is the value for root over L by C? Any one of you calculate and tell me. Yes. I think there is some mistake in your decimal. It is 10 to the power minus 3, 10 to the power minus 9.
270.72.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, the result is okay. 270.72 ohms. Okay. So it is 270.72 ohms. So Z0 you have found out to be equal to 270.70 ohms. So now write down the value of Z0, 270 here. It's written here 270.70 ohms. So what is SIL? You calculate and find out. I will not show this one. You calculate and find out what is SIL. SIL equal to VL square by Z0. What is VL? I told you 400 kV. So what value you are getting?
591.
Yes, you are getting 591 megawatts, isn't it? So this is actually surge impedance loading. So what will you do? We will first part determine SIL. You have determined 591 megawatt and connect a load at the receiving end whose value is equal to SIL of the line. find out the voltage at the receiving end. So we have to connect a power of 590. See, it is connected. 591,000 into 10 cube. Okay. You can put 3 more zeros and you can do that. So the system is now working under surge impedance loading condition. Okay. So what we will do? We have to first run the system. Now we are running the system. Okay, we have to select the time for how many seconds you have to run. You have selected here time of 5 seconds. Okay. Now these are actually scopes. These will show you, this is just the scope of oscilloscope. Okay, you can say it's less like oscilloscope, will show the waveform. See, the sending end voltage and sending end current will be shown by this scope. So let us double click. See here, it is showing this one is the voltage and this one is the current. Voltage at the sending end, current at the sending end. Let us find out, see this is balanced and all are equal because it is working under balanced condition. Let us find out what is the magnitude of the voltage. Let us zoom this one because you will not get the accurate value unless you zoom it. So see, again we zoom it and find it out. So it is the voltage is 3.26 into 10 to the power 5, isn't it? Okay, 3.26 or more accurately you can find it out. 3.266 10 to the power 5. So how much kV? 326.6 kV. Sending end voltage, you can see it is 326.6 kV. Is it clear? So it is 326.6 kV. And this is a sending end voltage. Okay, sending end current will not see now because we'll under surge impedance loading, we know that sending end voltage and receiving end voltages are equal. Okay, so because the reactive power generated equal to reactive power absorbed. So now we'll see what is the magnitude of the, you please note down this voltage, 326.6 kV, sending end voltage. Vs is 326.6 kV. And another thing, what is this voltage? This is not the RMS voltage because you can see this is the peak voltage. Please note it down. From here you have to determine the voltage, okay? Because this is the peak voltage. V is peak. And remember, this voltage gives the line to neutral voltage. Okay, so be clear. Write down the peak value of the line to neutral voltage is through 326.6. Okay, because these are the phase voltages. Okay, but what is there in the here we have, see, actually this scope will show the source voltage, isn't it? It is connected to the source. But what we have considered is the source to be 400 kV. And this is the RMS value. And it is the line voltage. So if we want to calculate, let us see whether we have got 326.6, whether it is correct or not. That we have to verify. How to verify? Here the source voltage is 400 kV. And that is no internal voltage drop because impedance of the source is considered negligible. So what is this is a line voltage. So what is the phase to neutral voltage or line to neutral voltage is 400 by root 3. You know it is star connected. So line to neutral voltage is 400 by root 3 and it is the RMS voltage. So what is the peak value of the line to neutral voltage? 400 by root 3 into root 2. Okay. So if you calculate this value 400 by root 3 into root 2, so it will give the peak value of the line to neutral voltage. Vs peak, you should write it in the bracket. I write it in the bracket. Line to neutral. Okay. Otherwise there will be confusion. Line to neutral. Okay, so this is the value, okay, because 400 is the line to line voltage. You convert it to line to neutral by dividing by root 3 and it is the RMS voltage. So multiply it by root 2 to get the peak value. So now whatever you have observed from the scope, it is okay. It is also 326.6. Now let us see the sending end voltage is this much So what about the receiving end voltage? Okay, from here also you can see from this will show the only one single phase voltage. Okay, say phase A or B, you will get the same value. See 326.6 almost. Okay, now at the receiving end you have connected only one phase in a voltmeter because all the phases have same voltages. So let us see what is the voltage. This is the receiving end voltage. So please write down the receiving end peak value of line to neutral voltage of receiving end. Okay, peak value of line to neutral voltage at the receiving end, or you can write VR peak line to neutral. So let us see what is the value. See, the value is almost same, 326.6 almost. Okay, so under surge impedance loading, you can see the sending end. This is the sending end because this is the transmission line. Sending end voltage and receiving end voltages are equal. Is it clear, all of you? So first part is over. Find out the voltage at the receiving end. You please note down the voltage at the receiving end. Verify SIL. So SIL is verified. The sending end voltage and the receiving end voltages are equal. And observe the sending and receiving end voltages are equal. And another thing, the current is always in phase with the voltage. At every point in the line, you will find that current, the power factor is unity. This is also the criteria for surge impedance loading because reactive power generated equal to reactive power absorbed. So net reactive power is 0. So the power factor is 1. How to observe or how to confirm that power factor is 1? One confirmation, here we have not connected any power factor meter. We'll just observe the sending end voltage and sending end current in any one phase, say phase A. This is the voltmeter connected, this is the ammeter connected. So upper one will show the voltage waveform, lower one will show the current waveform of the sending end. Okay, let us see. So you can see this is the voltage waveform of sending end. This is the current waveform of the sending end of phase A, same phase. Okay. So can you see that the voltage waveform is crossing 0 at this point. This point means 4.8. And also the current waveform is crossing 0 at this point. Not only crossing 0, but it is increasing. So the peak value of the voltage wave and the current wave are reaching at the same instant of time. So this is only the confirmation that the power factor angle is 0 and the power factor is unity, isn't it? Can you understand what I am telling? Okay. Any other voice? Except Paulomi?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Please raise your voice. Otherwise, I will feel that only Paulomi is listening. Anyway. So this is the proof that every time the power factor angle is 0, so the power factor is unity. Now, okay, first part is over. Please note down, okay, because and current is always in phase with the voltage. You have to write that it is observed that the peak value of the positive peak value and the negative peak value of the voltage and current waveforms are at same instant of time. Okay. So first part is over. Next, determine the. Okay, I will. This second part I will consider later on. Now let us consider. We have considered SIL and we have seen that the receiving end voltage is same as the sending end voltage. Now our next objective is to observe the Ferranti effect. So Ferranti effect, when it is observed, when the receiving end is unloaded, that means is kept open, or the receiving end is very lightly loaded. Okay. So lightly loaded means the load is very small, or the load must be less than SIL. Okay. What we have calculated for SIL, we have calculated 591. So when the Ferranti effect will be observed, Ferranti effect will observe when the receiving end load is less than 591. Okay, or it is completely unloaded. So next we'll consider two loads less than, you write down two loads less than this 591. Let us first consider 500 megawatt. Then we'll consider 300 megawatt. Okay. So first condition, 500 megawatt. Okay. So from 591, we are just decreasing the value 500 megawatt. So this is 500 megawatt. Now we'll again run the system. We'll not check the sending end. Sending end is connected to the source, it will remain same. So let us find out what is the receiving voltage. Is it remaining 326.6? Let us see. See, it has increased 3.35. That means 335 kV. 3.35 into 10 to the power 5. Please note down. At 500 megawatt load, the receiving end voltage is 335 kV. Okay. Can you see? The sending end voltage is 326.6. Now the receiving end voltage is 335. So what you can observe, the receiving end voltage has increased when the load is less than CIL. Okay. Next, we'll consider 300 megawatt. Let us see what happens when it is 300 megawatt. For 500, we have seen it is 335. For 300, okay, for 300 megawatt, this is the voltage. Can you see? It is almost exceeding 350. That means say 350 point, almost 3. You can write 350.35, isn't it? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you please, thank you. So please note down for L equal for the loading of 300 megawatt, the receiving end voltage is 350.35 volts kV. 350.35 kV. So you can see if the load is decreased, the receiving end voltage is increasing with respect to the sending end voltage. Now, under no load condition, consider P to be nearly 0. Okay, that means completely unloaded. But if we give this 0, it will not give any reading. So let us consider this one as, say, instead of 3, let us put it as, say, 0.1 or 0.001. Like that. That means it is very small. Okay, what is 0.001? Let us consider. Okay. So the power is now it is in watts. So very small, almost it is same as that of unloaded. Let us see. What is the receiving end voltage? See, the receiving end voltage is almost 360 volts kV. Okay. So under unloaded condition, the receiving end voltage is 360 kV, which is much more than that of the sending end voltage, which is 326.6 kV. So this is the Ferranti effect. So we have studied this. Please note down. You have to write the report. Okay, write the readings on the report. So we have considered determine the voltage. First, what we have done, connect loads less than CIL of the line and find out the receiving end voltage. Consider two different loads, verify Ferranti effect. We have verified Ferranti effect with two loads which is less than CIL. Then determine the receiving end voltage under no load condition. We have considered a load of 0.001, which is almost can be considered to be equal to 0. And we have verified that the receiving end voltage is much higher. It is 360 kV. Okay. So Ferranti effect is completed. Now let us consider two loads which are greater than cell. We know when the voltage is greater, when the loading is greater than cell, receiving end voltage becomes less than the sending end voltage. So two loads we have considered 800 and 1000. Okay. So let us write 800 first. So 800 megawatt means we have to give, okay, we write E3. Otherwise, we have to give another 3 zeros. It becomes easier for us to write. So for 800 megawatt load, let us find out what is the receiving end voltage. Please note down. For 800 megawatt load, it should be less than 326.6. See, it is less than 326.6. See, it is almost equal to 305 kilovolt. Okay. So, it is almost equal to 305 kilovolt, which is less than 326.6 kV. For 800 megawatt. Another will observe for, say, 1000 megawatt. So 1000 megawatt, we will put it as 1000. We will observe that the receiving end voltage is still less because the power is increasing. So what is the value? Value is 283 almost. You write down 283. Okay, so instead of 326.6, it is only becoming 283 kV. So you can say as we increase the power loading beyond the surge impedance loading of this value, the receiving end voltage reduces. Okay, so all these parts are over. That means connect loads greater than cell. Okay, we have considered connect loads less than cell, that also have considered. So 2 plus 2 loads, that means we have considered the 4 loads we have considered. What is the last part? See, the cell phenomena for surge impedance loading can be observed by connecting a load having the value of same as that of surge impedance loading, that is line VL square by Z0. Otherwise, you can connect simply a resistive load whose value is equal to Z0. Okay, this also you have studied in your 5th semester. Please go through it. If you connect the purely resistive load whose magnitude is equal to the natural impedance of the line, then also you will get the surge impedance loading effect. Okay, so what is Z0 of the line? It is 270.72. So we have to connect a resistive load with 270.72 and we'll observe whether what we have observed in this experiment number 1, the same thing can be observed, that we will verify. So calculate the characteristic impedance of the line, connect resistance at the receiving end whose magnitude is equal to the characteristic impedance of the line. So now we will connect a load, we will remove this load, we will connect simply a resistance. Okay, so we will remove the load like this and we connect a resistance. See, the difference between this block and this block is that this will show the load P, Q, etc. And this is actually, it will show the resistance. If we want to give the inductance, you have to put RLC. It will show this R, L and C. But we need to connect only the resistance. Okay, resistive load, so put it R. It is 3-phase resistive load. Okay. So what value you have to put? 270.72, because this is the surge impedance of the line, characteristic impedance of the line. So let us connect it here. This is the load, resistive load having 270.72 ohms in each phase. Now let us run the system. Again, same thing, we'll observe the receiving end voltage. See this one. See, The receiving end voltage is again 326.6. Okay. So note down, the receiving end voltage is 326.6 kV, which is same as that of the sending end voltage. So the effect it can be observed. Okay. And another thing, you have to verify whether the power factor is unity. That you can verify by verifying that voltage and current waveform. So let us observe the waveforms. See this waveform, or it will be better if you observe this waveform. See this waveform. Voltage and current. Again you can see this is reaching the peak value here. At the same time, current is reaching the peak value. Here also the voltage is reaching the maximum value. Here also current is reaching maximum value. Here the voltage at the same phase is reaching the maximum value here. So the voltage and current waveforms are reaching the zero, maximum positive, maximum negative at the same instant of time. So the power factor angle is 0 and the power factor is unity. Now I have shown you the power factor is unity under only surge impedance loading condition. Okay. Let us observe whether the power factor can remain this 0 at any other load. Okay, that must be observed, because otherwise you may think that power factor is always remaining unity. That will observe. Let us see here. See, under unloaded condition, I don't know what is, I will check what is the value. What is the load connected here? Okay, 1000 megawatt. Okay, let us see. At 1000 megawatt, what happens? What happens to the power factor angle? See, are they remaining same? Because you can understand this, say this 0. It is crossing this 0 value here. But here, this is a 0 line. Is it crossing the same value here? Can you observe that they are not reaching the maximum 0 and maximum negative at the same instant of time? If you observe the 0 line, you will be able to observe. See, 0 line, it is coming from here. But here, it is starting from this 500. Can you observe that no longer the power factor angle is same or the power factor angle is 0? That means they are no longer reaching the negative or positive peak value or the 0 value at the same instant of time. You can observe it, isn't it? Because when we connect this 591.9, 591, this 1000, 591. What is the value? Almost 591. They are starting this 0 value. See, it is starting from this 0. It is also starting from this 0. Okay, under surge impedance loading condition. So at 1000 kilowatt load, it is not the same. Let us see under what happens when it is totally unloaded. You know, for long transmission line, under unloaded condition, generated reactive power is much more. So the capacitive effect is much more. What happens when the capacitive effect is much more? It is almost, see, here it is starting 0 here. It is almost reaching its negative maximum value here. Okay. So almost 90 degree phase shift. So capacitive effect is more, the system is behaving like a capacitor circuit, isn't it? So you can observe that no longer they are in the same phase and they are almost reaching this maximum value. It is reaching here and it is reaching 0 value here. So you can observe this value. This is the value reaching here, but current is reaching this value at this point. So current is almost 90 degree leading with respect to the voltage. Is it clear what I'm saying? from this waveform?
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it? So no longer this is beyond your experiment, not beyond your experiment. You need not give the readings, but you need to understand it. Okay, because even in hardware setup, it is not possible for you to observe the waveforms. Okay, so here you can simulate and observe this very in a very wonderful way. Okay, so the whole experiment is over. So what we have seen, you have seen the seal effect by connecting a load having value equal to the surge impedance loading value. We have observed the receiving end voltage is same as sending end voltage. We have observed that voltage and current are in the same phase. Okay, then we have also observed this seal condition connecting a simple resistance having the value equal to the value of this Z0. Then we have find out the Ferranti effect by connecting loads, two loads of 300 and 500, which is less than this seal, and we have observed receiving end voltage is greater than sending end voltage. Also, we have considered the unloaded condition. We have seen that receiving end voltage is much greater than the sending end voltage. And lastly, we have considered two loads which are greater than seal, 800 and 1000 megawatt, and we have shown that I have shown you that the receiving end voltage is much less than the sending end voltage. Okay. Hope you have taken all the readings. Now you have to submit the report within 1 week. Okay. Please submit the, not only today is Thursday, I am giving you the whole next week. By next Sunday, you must submit the report. You know, you submitted the last report in that mail ID only, you submit your report. Okay. And what you have to write the report, whatever I told you, this in steps, you have to give the readings, write it. You need not show the waveforms. Okay, only you have to give the reading. You have to show the calculations in details. Okay, you have to show the calculation in details, and I will not give you this one. Okay, so you can note it down now, or you can take the photograph now, whatever you wish. I will give you only up to this. And you have to write the theory by yourself about Ferranti effect, about seal. And the conclusions you have to write. Not only that, for one, you have given only VR and VS equal to this one, 326.6 kV, and that's all. It is not like that. You have to write for each section, you have to write the conclusions. Okay. Any question from any one of you?
ম্যাম সিমুলিংকের ব্লকটা একবার খুলবেন?
হ্যাঁ, বলো।
ম্যাম বলছি যে আপনি এখানে ট্রান্সমিশন লাইনের জন্য দুটো আলাদা ব্লক কেন কনসিডার করলেন?
আলাদা ব্লক কনসিডার করার কোনো দরকার নেই, তুমি একটা ব্লকই কনসিডার করতে পারো। এখানে 400 কিলোমিটার দিতে পারো,
হ্যাঁ
400 দিতে পারো। কিন্তু ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে কি, অ্যাকচুয়ালি ট্রান্সমিশন লাইন, লং ট্রান্সমিশন লাইন, তোমরা জানো ইট ইজ ডিস্ট্রিবিউটেড প্যারামিটারস আর কনসিডার্ড। অ্যাকচুয়ালি এরকম একটা ব্লক, দুটো ব্লক কনসিডার করে কিন্তু সিমুলেশনটা পুরো কারেক্ট হয় না। অনেকগুলো ব্লক, যদি এখানে আমি 10টা ব্লক কনসিডার করতাম, ধরো 20 কিলোমিটার করে করে, বা 40টা 40 ব্লক কনসিডার করতাম, তাহলে কিছুটা অ্যাকুরেট আসতো। এখানে যে রিডিং গুলো পাবে কিছুটা ইনঅ্যাকুরেট, বাট দ্যাট ডাজন্ট ম্যাটার, কেন চোখে দেখে অতটা বোঝা যাবে না। বা আমরা যে পারফরমেন্স গুলো স্টাডি করছি, ট্রানজিয়েন্ট এফেক্ট তো কিছু স্টাডি করছি না, যেটা স্টাডি করছি তার জন্য একটা ব্লকও যা, দুটো ব্লকও তাই। 40টা ব্লক দিয়ে তোমাদের, অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমার একটা ইচ্ছে ছিল তোমাদের সবার কাছে যে সিমুলিং থাকতো, হয়তো 40টা ব্লক দিয়ে দেখতে বলতাম যে কতটা ডিফারেন্স হচ্ছে। আমার পক্ষে তো এতগুলো ব্লক দিয়ে হ্যান্ডেল করা সম্ভব না, সেই জন্য করা হয়নি। ঠিক আছে। বা তোমরা আরেকটা জিনিসও করা যেতে পারতো, আমি ভেবেছিলাম যেটা করাবো, যেহেতু সেম রিডিং আসবে আমি করালাম না। এই যে এখানে আমি শুধু সেন্ডিং এন্ড গুলো দেখাচ্ছি যে একই আছে, কিন্তু আমরা কি জানি, সেল কন্ডিশনে দ্য পাওয়ার ফ্যাক্টর রিমেইনস 1 at any point in the line. ওকে, অথবা আরেকটা কি দেখাতে পারি, the voltage is same at any point in the line. দেখো তোমরা যখন কথাটা তুললেই, তাহলে এখানটা একটা দেখাই, 591 তো জাস্ট একটা রিডিং দেখাই, যে কোনো পয়েন্ট এটা সেম থাকে। যার জন্য আমি কোশ্চেনটা করে ভালো করেছো, যার জন্য আমি এটা এই দুটো ব্লক নিয়েছি। ধরো এটা আমি দেখাচ্ছি এই পয়েন্টের ভোল্টেজটা 200 কিলোমিটার পরে। আমি তো বললাম ট্রান্সমিশন লাইনের যে কোনো জায়গায় এটা ফিক্স থাকবে, সেম থাকবে। 200 কিলোমিটার পরে আমি নিচ্ছি, তাহলে আমাকে কি করতে হবে, কপি করে ওইখানে নিতে হবে, এটাকে কপি করে পেস্ট করতে হবে, মাঝখানে নিতে হবে। ঠিক আছে, এখানটা আমি একটু উঠিয়ে দিই এটাকে, এটা মাঝখানে ঢোকাই, এটা এখানে ঢোকাই। আচ্ছা, তাহলে এইটাকে খুলতে হবে, কারেন্টের এইটাকে খুলতে হবে। এবার রান করি। ও বাবা, এখানে হচ্ছে না। সেটা এটার কোনো অসুবিধা, দাঁড়াও, এটা আমার সিমুলিংকের প্রবলেম। আসলে এটা আমি দেখাতে পাচ্ছি না, এটা আমার কিছু একটা প্রবলেম হয়েছে। আগেও আমি দেখেছিলাম এই মাঝখানে করে আসছে না। অ্যাকচুয়ালি যে কোশ্চেনটা করলে এটা কোনো কারণে আসছে না, বুঝতে পেরেছো? আমি এটাকে এখন কোথায় প্রবলেম হয়ে আছে সেটা তো বুঝতে পারছি না। এখন কোনোটাই আসছে না। এই ব্লকের কোনো একটা প্রবলেম হয়েছে। ব্লকটা মনে হয় ওই সিমুলিক যে এখান থেকে বোধহয় কপি করে আনতে হতো, ডাইরেক্ট কপি করে, বা কিছু করার নেই। যাই হোক, যে কোশ্চেনটা করলে সেটা হচ্ছে তোমাদের কারোর যদি কোনো সিমুলিঙ্ক ব্লক ম্যাটল্যাব থাকে তাহলে করে দেখতে পারো। এইখানে যে আমি অবজারভেশন গুলো বললাম না, যে ভিআর, এই ভিএস ভিআর সব সেম, তুমি এখানেও সেম জিনিস দেখতে পাবে, ভিএস আর ভিআর সেম। এখানেও যদি মেজার করো তাহলে দেখতে পাবে যে অ্যাঙ্গেল ইজ এক্স্যাক্টলি 0। ঠিক আছে, রিসিভিং এন্ড আর সেন্ডিং এ। সেই জন্য আমি এটাকে নিয়েছিলাম। যাই হোক, সেটা আমি তোমাদের দেখাতে পারলাম না, কেননা যেই অবজারভেশনটা আমি কি দেখালাম, আমি দেখালাম যে রিসিভিং এন্ড আর সেম। এবার রিসিভিং এন্ড মানে এইটা না করে তুমি যদি এখানে দেখাতে তাহলেও জিনিসটা সেম আসতো। ঠিক আছে, হ্যালো,
ইয়েস ম্যাম।
হ্যাঁ, কে জিজ্ঞেস করলে বলো তো কোশ্চেনটা?
ম্যাম রূপলেখা।
রূপলেখা, তোমার কি ম্যাটল্যাব আছে বাড়িতে?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম।
ম্যাটল্যাব থাকলে তুমি ছোট্ট একটা, এই যে এখানে সিমুলিংক লাইব্রেরি থাকবে, এখান থেকে গিয়ে তুমি নানা জায়গায় এই ব্লকগুলো এনে তুমি একটু চেক করে দেখতে পারো যে এই যেগুলো আমি রিসিভিং এনে দেখালাম সেগুলো এখানে সেম থাকবে। এই এরকম ব্লক আসে। যাকে আমি আর ক্লাসের মধ্যে এগুলো ডিসকাস করতে চাইছি না, কারণ তোমাদের তো অনেকে ম্যাটল্যাব নেই, সেই জন্য। ঠিক আছে,
ঠিক আছে
হ্যাঁ বলো।
ম্যাম বলছি, আর একবার কনফার্ম করেছি আপনি যেগুলো ম্যাম রিপোর্ট করতে পারেন এগুলো তো রিপোর্ট করছি, তার সাথে ম্যাম কোনো স্ক্রিনশট অ্যাড করতে হবে এই সার্কিটটা বানিয়ে বাড়িতে?
আচ্ছা, সার্কিটটা এরকম ফর্মের আকার দরকার নেই। জাস্ট সার্কিট ডায়াগ্রামটা কি দেবে তোমরা, যেমন করে পাওয়ার সিস্টেমে সার্কিট ডায়াগ্রাম আঁকা, একটা সোর্স আঁকবে, ঠিক আছে, তারপরে একটা লাইন লিখবে। আমি দুটো দিয়ে দেখিয়েছি, তুমি দুটো দিয়েও দেখাতে পারো, বা জাস্ট 3টে দাগ দিয়ে লিখে দাও 200 কিলোমিটার লাইন, একটা পাই ব্লক দেবে, পাই ব্লকে কি হয়, ঠিক আছে, আর রিসিভিং এন্ডে একটা লোডের ছবি দেবে।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, না আমি জিজ্ঞাসা করছিলাম না, মানে কোনো স্ক্রিনশট অ্যাড করতে হবে না তো, মানে
স্ক্রিনশট? না, শোনো, যা করবে প্রত্যেকটা হাতে লিখে, কোনো কিছু আমি প্রিন্টেডও চাইছি না, কিছু চাইছি না।
ওকে
ঠিক আছে, সিঙ্গেল লাইন ডায়াগ্রাম হাতে লিখে দেবে।
ম্যাম,
3 ফেজ লাইন লেখো, 3 ফেজ ইয়ে করে দিয়ে দিও। ঠিক আছে,
ওকে ম্যাম, থ্যাংক ইউ।
আর এই যে এইটা তোমাদের আমি পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি, আমি এইটা তোমাদের পাঠিয়ে দেবো, জাস্ট এইটুকু পাঠিয়ে দেবো, এটা দেখে দেখে কোন পয়েন্টে কিভাবে লিখতে হবে সেই এই 1 2 3 4 5 এইভাবে লিখবে। ঠিক আছে
ম্যাম, তাহলে কারেন্ট ওয়েভফর্মের রিডিং গুলো রিপোর্টে দিতে হবে না তো, শুধু ভোল্টেজ ওয়েভফর্ম গুলো দিলেই তো হবে?
ওয়েভফর্ম তো দিতে বলছি না, কিছু ওয়েভফর্মই দিতে হবে না।
হ্যাঁ, রিডিং গুলো
না, রিডিং তো কারেন্টের রিডিং তো আমি নিইনি।
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, সেটাই একবার
হ্যাঁ,
চেক করুন।
আমি যা রিডিং দিলাম সব ভোল্টেজ রিডিং নিলাম, আর পাওয়ার ফ্যাক্টরটা যে 1 হয় সেটা দিলাম। আর যে কোন পাওয়ার ফ্যাক্টরটা 1 আমি শুধু সেন্ডিং এন্ডে দেখিয়েছি। আমি ভেবেছিলাম মাঝখানে একটা দেখাবো, যার জন্য দুটো ব্লক নিচ্ছি। কোনো কারণে এটা রান করছে না, আবার দেখতে হবে, একটা সময় লাগবে, তো এটা বাদ দাও। তুমি সেন্ডিং এন্ডেই পাওয়ার ফ্যাক্টরটা লিখে দিও যে দুটো সিল কন্ডিশন, একটা হচ্ছে 591 মেগাওয়াট একটা সিল কন্ডিশন, আর একটা সিল কন্ডিশন হচ্ছে রেজিস্ট্রি ফ্লোর লাগিয়ে সিল কন্ডিশন দুটোতেই যে পাওয়ার ফ্যাক্টর অ্যাঙ্গেলটা 0 সেটা একটু লিখে দিও সেন্টেন্সে, যে তোমরা দেখেছো। ঠিক আছে, ব্যাস এইটুকুই।
ওকে ম্যাম।
এনি আদার কোশ্চেন? হ্যাঁ, রিপোর্টে দেবে তোমার সেকশনে, তো ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার দিয়ে দিও। ঠিক আছে, আমার সুবিধা হয় তাহলে। ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার আন্ডারস্কোর নাম দিয়ে দিও, বা নাম প্রথমে নাম দিও, সেটা বেশি সুবিধা। নাম আন্ডারস্কোর ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার। ঠিক আছে, ক্লাস রোল নাম্বার মানে লাস্টে 4টে ডিজিট। ঠিক আছে, আর আমার তো জানো sudipta.devnath@jadavpuruniversity.in। ঠিক আছে,
ম্যাম সাবমিশন
হ্যাঁ বলো। সাবমিশন
ডেটটা এই রবিবার মানে বাদ দিয়ে পরের রবিবার, তাই তো?
হ্যাঁ, সামনের রোববারের মধ্যে। ঠিক আছে, বাই দ্য এন্ড অফ নেক্সট উইক। ক্লিয়ার? So absentees are অনুশ্রী, দেবলীনা, রুদ্রনীল, রামচন্দ্র, স্বরূপ, বিনয়, আর একটা রবিন বলে কেউ একজন আছে, আমি ঠিক দেখে নেব কি নাম। ওকে, দ্যাটস অল। হ্যাঁ বলো। হ্যাঁ
হ্যালো
হ্যালো,
হ্যালো ম্যাম, রুদ্রনীল বলছি, আমি তো প্রেজেন্ট আছি।
রুদ্রনীলকে অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স দিয়েছিলে?
না ম্যাম, তখন দিইনি, কারণ তখন ইন্টারনেট একটু ল্যাগ করছিল, আমি তারপরেই জয়েন করে গেছি।
ঠিক আছে, আমি অ্যাটেন্ডেন্সটা মার্ক করে নিলাম, প্রেজেন্ট করে দিচ্ছি। ঠিক আছে,
হ্যাঁ, থ্যাংক ইউ।
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ অল।